So sa una sir is kung magkuan ka og for example love later mo express ka sa imong feelings
Mhm.
mo set ka og letter sir, so ang response is dugay ang response sa imong giswatan og letter sir, while ngayon karon sa because of globalization sir is the involvement of technology dali ra imong pag-express imong feelings sir.
Okay, very good. So, no, sa pag-send na to og mensahe sa atong loved ones, mas napadali, no? Getting faster. And then things moving closer. Like for example, a global trade, no? Okay. So, production of goods from the other country, so borderless na ang every country. Kaya ang pag-import sa mga products is accessible naman siya. Right? Okay. And other pa nga mga aspects. Okay? So, next is, no? Okay, so some see it as occurring through and with regression, colonialism, and destabilization. So, ngano kaha? In the mid-1990s, according to Martin Core, no, a former president of Malaysia once regarded globalization as colonization. So, that was his opinion po. That was his viewpoint about globalization. That according to him, that globalization is naghahatag siya or naka-resulta siya to colonization. Not colonization nga pasabot nga gisakop ang usa ka nasod through force, but maybe in a formation nga gi-adapt sa mga people na puyo na nga lugar or new things, no? Or sa mga atong gipangbuhat karon, no, we adopt the new ideas, information from the other, no, kay mao man ni siya trends, mao man ni siya bag-o karon, which is effective pod, so man ni adapta. So in that way, according to Martin Core, muna siya yung viewpoint of colonization, gi-colonize ang mind of people. Okay. Okay. Kung di mo okay, ako na lang mo okay. Okay. Very. So let's continue. So mo to siya ato ang gi-discuss yesterday, no? Okay. And then kanipod nga discussion ako ni siyang gi-record no gahapon wala. So karon ako ni siyang gi-record para ako ning upload dito sa ato ang Google Classroom. And then those students nga wala pa ma-enroll or wala internet connection, so maka-access sila. But karon wala pa ko kapangayog final list of students sa registrar. So ang inyong kaniang mga attendance no kay ako ra ni siyang i-apas once makakuha ko kanang official list. Okay. So kinsa may naka-research about the task defining globalization? Kinsa may naka research about sa task of defining globalization? Di na mo kabalik sa meet noon ani. Okay. Arita ka. Let's see. We have 30 participants na. Team BTS Army daw ni oh. Okay, we have, let's ask Angel Mollies. Angel Mollies. Mullis or Mullies?
Sir,
Mullies. Okay. So, naka-research ba ka about the task defining globalization?
karon pa ko wala pa sir.
Okay, so,
Kay bago pa man ko na-enroll sa
okay, who wants to volunteer about kabukos?
is na daw magpa-accept sir.
Wa naman, man naman, accept na nako. O,
Sir,
karon.
thank you.
Okay.
Globalization lang, sir.
Okay.
Signal.
Kabukos, go ahead.
Defining globalization.
Task defining globalization.
So, sa ako lang nasabtan ato sa pagbasa nako sir kay ang globalization sir kay sama man ato sa katong imo bitaw pagpangutana sa mga gahapon kung para sa mga unsang globalization.
Okay?
Katong na ato mga culture, economics, ang ilang kanang pag-connect sa usa ka country kay para mas maduol sila sa relation sa usa ka country ba.
Okay.
For
So,
example,
based sa imong pag-research, naka-research or nakita ba nimo dito ang ways, no, on how to define globalization?
Wa kay sir kay ako ra man gibasa do sir.
Okay, so
Pero
based sa imong research unsa may nasabtan nimo mao to siya.
nga example bitaw sir, 'di ba? Ang US kalayo man sa tuwa.
Oh yeah.
Kung mo travel ta adto mag eroplano kay mga hour kapin.
Mm,
So bay layo man sila na so niduol ta sila ha as kanang allies ba nga mao na nga mas napaduol ta sila hag kamayo atong relation basi layo ta.
okay. So
Mao ra
what
to sir.
okay. Okay, thank you sa imong idea. Kabukos, who else? Jomar Punay. Daghan lagi ng out lagi, no? Okay, how about Jomar Punay? Siguro ang ilang internet connection is na-interrupt, no? Mano na quit sila si Mike Romo na outboard. Okay, how about Jomar Punay? So what's the reason nga nung tawgon niya dili man maka-response dayon? Siguro unsa man kaha?
Sir,
Okay, go ahead.
based sa akong research, globalization is one is the word to use.
I'm not asking about the definition of globalization, ha? Based sa akong ipa-research sa inyo ha, is task on how or task defining globalization. No? Or ways. Or unsa may mga,
Defining,
ha?
defining globalization, sir.
Yes. How about,
Kuan, sir,
okay, go ahead.
the ways of kuan, sir, kanang
In a way of,
engaging,
ha?
engaging service, sir,
Engaging
service technology.
service technology. So, unsa may connection ana niya sa pag-define to globalization? Okay,
Kung natay technology, sir,
so I will
mas
call you back,
mali ang
Jomar
atong
Ponay. Please, kanaang, kana formulate your kanaang ideas. Okay, how about Daryl James Andrin?
Sir, nagkuhan pa ko sir,
How about
wala pa ko
Cinderella?
kasuod gapo.
Okay, Cinderella Ando.
Sir,
Okay, go ahead.
so sa natako na to gahapon sir, ang girelate na sa nako karon sir, then ang globalization sir, ang iyang way sir kay through cross of border flow goods and services niya. Kuha sa siya sir, cross of people and knowledge, cross border financial and instrument and investment. So kuha siya sir kanang nag-describe siya sa growing sir ba sa about sa
Okay.
tong world.
Okay, so that's
Mawala
the
sir.
kanaang different ideas no in globalization or different aspects or different how to define globalization no kato nga imong gi-answer sa Ando is very broad. So now so let's proceed no adto ta sa task on how to define globalization. Task on defining globalization. Where is it? Okay. It's so mo ni siya no sa akong gi-mention earlier. Okay. So, bisan pa no, there's muna siya ang two classification of defining globalization. Either your definition is broad and inclusive or narrow and exclusive, no? Since its first appearance in a Merriam-Webster's dictionary, no, kung ato nang i-research gani, naapoy opinions, naapoy definition about globalization and many ideas, no? Opinions concepts about definitions in the past century based sa mga scholars no have flourished no okay so the literature of definition mo ni siya uh, revealed that definition could be classified as broad and inclusive or narrow and exclusive. So when we say broad and exclusive, based sa kaniyang mga statement ganadri sa ubos. Number one, who can read? And classify if it is a broad and exclusive or narrow and exclusive ba ni siya nga definition about globalization. Okay? Please read kita ta. Ari na po ta sa girls kay murag puros lalaki akong gitawag na daghan mong girls diri gamay ra. Jonalyn Tulid. Okay. So read the number one statement and then identify if this statement is broad and inclusive or narrow and exclusive. Jonalyn Tulid.
Sir, kanang karon pasad ko nakasud, sir.
Okay, you don't have to worry just because the materials was already here in our screen. You have to read only and then identify if it is broad and inclusive or narrow and exclusive. Jonalyn, where's Jonalyn?
Sir,
Okay, go ahead. Read the statement number one.
the one
Hindi kay maklaro no? Gamay mo feel ako gamay ra sinyo ha? Maklaro ba dili? Hello?
Maklaro ra
Okay.
maklaro ra sir.
Okay.
Makaroon
Klaro, sir.
Okay, so tigog di maklaro ha kay basin niya
offered by the one offered by
Uy, murag putol-putol man. Wala. Okay, balik ko na nato si Jonalyn Tolid kay murag nawagtang. Si kanilang si Konay. Ngita tarig babae be. Babae, kinsa may babae dere. Ug wala na ilang babae, mangita ta og murag babae. Kani si
Arthur.
ha kinsa.
Archil sir, Archil.
Kinsa man si Archel. Ano apelyido? Archel tipon-tipon.
O kana sir.
Okay, go ahead. Archel tipon-tipon. Archel tipon-tipon. Wala. Hoy, saba ni ay.
Nangluod sir.
Ako sir, ako sir.
Kinsa may mo volunteer da nga kanang murag babay.
Ako sir, ako basa sir.
Sige, Jomar
Ako'y basa.
Punay. Okay, Jomar Punay,
Sa
go
sir.
ahead. Kay ikaw may murag babay, ikay volunteer. Jomar Punay.
Putol-putol, yan.
The one
Wala ka
offered
sinasabot.
by
Bro, one.
Anas Archie.
So, nawa.
Kaligri.
Nawa.
Ikaw na sir.
Yes, sir.
Nonsan, may kaligri
Sir.
ba? Ano, eh?
Low.
Sige, Archel, tipon-tipon, go ahead.
Naam. Naam, di ba?
Tarungan na niyo, bi.
Sige na, Chel.
Ha? Tarungan na niyo, bi. Ate, nang gawa sa tingog, tol. Okay. Sige. Tipon-tipon. Na si tipon-tipon na nang luod as tipon-tipon. Ikaw na lang Jomar Punay. Hinay
Dili ko
kayong
mabati,
signal
sir.
ron sir. Di ko hapit ka send ari.
Low.
Di kuno mabati sir. Hala makabati mo sa akong tingog dili. Basi nagsigaw-yaw diri niya.
Kami sir makabati mi. Hinay gro signal do sila.
Basin ana jud na.
Uban ka sa uban.
Sige. Kato mga hinay og kanang internet connection pangita lagi og lugar nga.
Sir, di mo bati, sir. Low.
Oh, Archel tipon-tipon karon pa ka ni tingog.
Di mo bati. Di na patas.
sir.
Nah, saon man
Low,
ni ron.
bati na, sir.
Oh, kana, go ahead, bati na.
Mabati ka, sir.
Bati na. Bati na, bati
Bati
silang
na?
dagway. Oh, bati silang dagway. Sige,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead. Sige.
Low.
Okay.
Mic test, mic test.
Nara.
Sige po lagi.
Nara. Klaro na. Read the statement number one and then identify if it is broad and inclusive or narrow and exclusive. Alay, Nawa man oy. Asa naman mo?
Ako lang, sir.
Sige ka na, be. Madugay tana. Madugay tagpaabot. Sige, kinsa may volunteer. Kana
Ako,
okay,
sir.
okay. Cinderella Ando, go ahead.
The one offered by, ano ni? Ay, sa sir, OMI in 1992 stated globalization meant the onset of borderless world. So, ang kanin sir, kaya kuha na siya sir, anang naroan exclusive.
Why? Are you sure?
Kay, yes sir. Kay, kuha man siya sir, wala man siya connection sa other nga country sir. Kay,
Very
from
good.
the world, borderless world.
Okay. So, direct to the point ang ihang definition on how he define, no? According to Ome, iyang gi-define ang globalization in a specific nga definition. Or, kumbaga, direct iyang pag, or specific ang ihang definition. Mo na siya nga exclusive. No? Okay. So, number two. What's the difference of statement number one and statement number two? Juan Agdon. Naa si Juan Agdon? Agdon? Juan Agdon? Law, ang tingog. Kinsa volunteer be? Kana lang mga okay og signal para makapadayon ta. Rover Orsal. Orsal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, statement number two.
Robert Cox definition. Sa Racket. The characteristic of globalization trend include the internationalizing of production, the new international division of labor, new migratory movements from south to north, the new competitive environment that accelerate these processes, and the internationalizing of the state, making state into agencies of globalizing world.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think of this kanang definition ni Robert Cox?
Broad and exclusive, sir.
Broad and
Exclusive, inclusive.
inclusive. Okay. Ano na ka why is it that gana ang kaniang definition ni Robert Cox is broad and inclusive man siya?
Tungod na kuan sir ay kaning the new international division of labor.
Okay, so internationalizing, no?
Yes, sir. Product.
International, no? The new international division of labor. No, tanan, ihang gi-generalize, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so that's the two classification or task of defining globalization. Either your definition. So, muna nga, yesterday, I want you, or I want all of you to formulate the definition of globalization. So, either your definition in globalization is broad and inclusive or narrow and exclusive. But mostly, no, sa inyong mga na-formulate nga answer or kanaang definition about globalization is unsa man? Asa man anin duha?
Kuan sir ay broad and
Broad sir.
Okay. So, mas dali magud nato pod ug bisan pa og kanang based lang pod sa atong mga schema or kanaang prior knowledge, no? Mas dali nato nga kanaang ma-define ang globalization via broad and inclusive kay globalization. Masudin sa atong una global man gud ni siya, no? Tanan man gud ni siya. So mo na sa inyong definition is wala ra siya maka focus into a one field or discipline in social science. No, na ay definition nga naka-focus siya og kanang economics, no? Yang integrate ang economics to political science, the governance of one country, right? No? Okay, so katong ingon mo ton ingon ko gahapon nga your definition is very broad. No? I want one definition nga exclusive siya or specific siya to a one topic or one discipline in social science nga naga-focus og usa ka topic. But anyways, no? Tanan nga inyong ideas yesterday, opinion are correct. No? Walay sayo. And katong tanan are belong to globalization. Mo to siya'y resulta or dulot ng globalisasyon. Okay? Mga pangutana, tanong, questions.
Wala, sir.
Okay, very good. Ako ra ha. Okay, so next is no matter how one classifies a definition of globalization, the concept no is complex and multifaceted as the definition deals with either economic, political, or social dimension. Either your kanang definition of globalization is kanang narrow and exclusive, or either it is broad or kanang uh, inclusive, no? Still, the concept of globalization is complex and multifaceted just because it deals or it talks about these different disciplines in social science. No, these are economics. This is one of the disciplines in social science. Political science or politics. No, okay. Social dimension. No, including na dire ang environmental and technological factors na resulta or effects or kanang outcomes of globalization. No? Okay, sa social dimension, daghan kay tagma mga naapektuhan diri like culture, traditions, no, environmental, no, na climate change na hitabo sa tuwa karon. So sa mga resulta ana, because of technology, no? Na technology kanang mo siya. Okay? So, mo ni siya a more recent definition according to Ritzer in 2015, no? Current definition gani siya. No, bag-o lang. According to him, no, according to Ritzer, globalization is a transplanetary process. No? Globalization daw is a transplanetary process or a set of process involving increasing liquidity and growing multi-directional flow. So from the word itself, liquidity, no liquid, no. So the globalization, no, a result of globalization, grow multi-directional flows, no, around the world ang iyang pag-spread sa ideas of globalization, no, result of globalization, no, multi-directional flows of people, objects, places, information, as well as the structures they encounter and create that are barriers to or expedite those flows. No, mo ni siya. Ano man nga we can tawag ana uh, so that's why there's a metaphors of globalization. No, sa statement diri ni Ritzer, no, about more on liquidity iyang viewpoint about globalization. No? Okay, so this assumes that globalization could bring either or both integration and or fragmentation. No, either that particular country integrate the new ideas, the new discovered information, no, new discovered objects, no, okay, people, lifestyles, no, either they integrate or they will just only get little or a small pieces of fragment from that ideas or from that uh, kanang discovery. Okay? So, no questions about the definition of Ritzer?
No, sir.
Uh,
Okay, nakuha ra? Okay?
yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay. Okay, so here, let's proceed to the different perspectives, no? Of uh, those person nga gidefine nila ang globalization and how this shapes their definition. Okay. So, okay, who can read? Volunteer? Kana lang stable internet connection para mas dili magputol-putol.
Sir.
Okay, Cinderella Ando. Who else? Tingog po duban kay aron dili makatulog. Kinsa? Kani si
Tira na,
Kuan.
sir.
Ha? Who will volunteer?
Tira na.
Dax Tirana,
Volunteer ko,
okay.
sir.
Okay. Nagyod, volunteer dayon. Okay. Okay.
The perspective of the person who defines globalization shifts its definition. The overall definitions implies that globalization is many things to many different people. In 1996, basa ko na ni
Oh, yes.
Abinawag ka. In 1996, Arjun Apadburay said, globalization is a world of things that have different speeds, institutional structures in different regions, nations, or societies. In a more recent studies, than 2006, raw definitions suggest that perspective of the world on the origins and the political implication of globalization. It is a starting point that will guide the rest of the discussion. In effect, one's definitions and perspective could determine concrete steps in addressing the issue of globalization.
Okay, tapos na. So, guys, we'll give you time or we'll give you 3 minutes to understand the different perspectives of Arjun Apadoray and Al Rodan about their definition of globalization. So, I'll be right back ha. Mag-CR pa ko. I will give you 3 minutes to understand. Okay? Nakuha.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay. Sige. Okay, tapos na. Na na may kuha nga mga different ideas.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So, una, no? This is the overview of definition that implies globalization, no? Globalization is many things to many different people. No, this different people we are belong here. No? And that many things is the new things nga na discovered and spread throughout around the country. Right? And then here in 1996 according to Arjun Apadoray, okay. So who can explain that ingon si Apadoray, no? Who can expand, no? Or give your understanding about the definition of Arjun Apadoray about globalization. Ingon siya, world of things. According to Arjun Apadoray, that globalization is a world of things. Nga naman ka, Norman Caniete. Norman Caniete. Norman Caniete.
Sir,
Okay, go ahead.
sir,
Why is it that according to Arjun Apadoray, ingon man siya nga globalization is a world of things. World of things. According...
sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Kay kuha man sir kanang kada daghag kasi klase na butang sir niya mas maka-discover pa gyud og laing nilain na mga butang na bag-o sa kada tuig sir.
Okay. Okay, that's your mora to yung opinion.
Ora sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So how about Mark Kumawas?
Sir,
Okay, go ahead. Matik man.
globalization is a world of things sir na
Oh yes.
kay kan sir kana ang mga butang nga nasa uban sir kay nanam access cancer ba kung sa ang mga butang nga nasa cancer sa lain nga lugar kanang pwede pod nga naa pod ari sa cancer ba.
Okay. Is that your kanaang opinion or idea
Yes sir.
about the definition of Arjun Apadoray? Okay, who else?
O sir,
Okay, go ahead. Cinderella Ando.
so para siya sir kay world of things sir kay ang kuan globalization man gid sir kay nagkuan man gid siya sir sa more on kuan siya sir ba technology sir ba iyang
Okay.
pag-process sir. Mao
Okay.
ang iyang world of things.
Okay. So, world of things kay because of technology. What else? Um, Dave Olinares.
Sir,
Okay, go ahead.
balik itong kaya, sir. Thank you. Word of things that have different speed access of point, sir. So, ang mga sabta ni sir, kay every country, sir, na yung mga inventors nga lain-lain. Then, ang ubang, sa wa dire sa kulitan Pilipinas, ang wa sa Pilipinas, sir, kay nasa ubang bansa din. Ang sa ubang lugar, pwede ta maka-benefit sa ilang mga butang na himo nga butang nga na discover sir kada one kanang nganing atong pwede ta makagamit or maka-benefit sa mga butang ilang discover ba or sabot sir niya lain butawog kuan sir mo gyud sa
Okay, okay. Thank you sa imong idea ga. Okay, who else? Wala na?
ako sir.
Okay, go ahead. What's your name? Jomar?
Word of things, sir, kay it means it talks about speed, access, points of origin, and determination. Tungod kay ni-engage man po siya og lain-lain nga tao if mag if mag-talk tag about people, sir, na-jud tayo lain-lain na points of origin determination, sir. Mora ko nasabtan na, sir.
Okay. Okay. So according to Arjun Apadoray, no? Ingon siya, globalization is a world of things. Yeah. No? All or everything, no? That exists. No, mo siya yung mga result of globalization. And that world of things ning tawag ana na siya different speeds. Either this speed, no, mo siya ingon siya nga kanang either that particular places or area nga ning paspas ba ang ilahang pag-adapt or pag accept ana nga new things or different access no around the world, points of origin and termination. So either that particular country or area or community or society no ilahang i-accept or i-terminate that ideas, right? And varied relationships in institutional structures in different regions, nations, or societies. Okay. Tol, babaro lang niya kang Sir RG sa kanang charger ha. Kay lubat na dapat eh. No. Okay. So, let's uh, proceed to number two. Okay, to paraphrase the sociologist, no, according to si Sir Poppy, globalization is the debate, and the debate is globalization. So why is it that uh, globalization daw is the debate, and the debate is globalization? So one became part and parcel of the other. So as Papi in 1997 wrote, no, the literature stemming from the debate on globalization and that it has grown in the last decade beyond any individual's capability of extracting a workable definition of the concept. So in a sense, the meaning of a concept no, is self-evident. In another, it is vague and obscure as it reaches are wide and constantly shifting. Okay, that was according to Cesar Poppy. No? Ngun siya nga, the debate, and the debate is globalization. Globalization is debate, and debate is globalization. That was according to Cesar Poppy. That everything, no? Every concept about globalization became part and parcel of the other. Either your definition about globalization is in that kind of particular field or discipline, and other viewpoint of globalization in that particular pud nga discipline, so then all of your definition will be part and parcel to one another. Okay? Okay, so overall, globalization is reality. Agree? Agree ba tanan? Wala ba mo disagree about aning nga idea that uh, globalization is reality? And that, so, no, if this reality, it is a changing, no, it is changing as human society develops. No? Either the accept or the adapt that kana ang trends, practices, ideas, no? It will be changed when the human society develops it. It has happened before and it's still happening today. So we should expect it to continue to happen in the future. No? Okay, so muna siya nga is a changing as human society develops. No, it won't stop. No, it will keep on changing when human or all people in that particular society develop the uh, continue to develop it, and that's globalization, right? No, kay kung wala na tao sa society, there's no human, there's no people in the society, then wala na mo develop ang nga practices, nga ideas, then globalization is not changing. Wala na siya mo change, no? Nahunong na siya, na-stop na siya. And then kay wala na siya mapadayon po sa future kay ang all peoples or people living that particular community or people living that society or country kay wala naman nila gi-practice, no? Daghan, no? Daghan ng mga practices nga na-stop. Wala na mapadayon in future. No, just like for example katong mga traditional nga kultura or culture nga practice, like for example sa bukid mo na ilang mga gipang practice during before basta mo na ilang mga beliefs, no, kay na naman sila sa 21st century sa panahon nato karon, which is modern na. Okay, wala na nila ilan na lang giisit aside, ni-adapt na sila sa makabago or new ideas due to the information pod nga ilang na-acquired. Okay? And then, na-analyze pod nila nga, okay, tinuhuan ra gyud ito si sa buktod. But, anyways, dili siya tanan ha, no? There are just only few nga ilahang gitangtang sa ilahang practices. But there's still places no sa ara dito sa Pilipinas nga ila gyapon gi-practice ang ilang tradition, culture and beliefs, no? Wala nila gi-sit aside or wala nila wagtang kay tungod they have love on that particular practices. Okay? So overall, no, globalization, no, it is a concept that is not easy to define. Okay, this is not easy to define, no? Gaya natong two classification of defining globalization, no? Either it is a broad and inclusive or narrow or exclusive, no? Muna siya nga lisod gid siya i-define. Kay maari nga mag-argue na nanoy arguments nga mahitabo maglalis na noon. Kay because si Juan iyang definition about globalization is more on economics. Si Pedro ang iyang definition about globalization is more on kaniang field in discipline in social science, no? There's different kanang viewpoint or concept of globalization because in reality, no, globalization has a shifting nature. No, sa gitong giingon kanina, globalization is a reality. It is changing as human society develops. If that particular people in a society wala na nila gi-practice, so muna nga nakurong siya. No? Globalization has a shifting nature. Either it will continue or stop. It is complex, multifaceted, and can influence by the people who define it. No? If your definition about globalization is moto siya nakafocus sa economics, so muna nga na-influence ka that particular or specific discipline. No? Okay. So in this article, The Globalization of Nothing, according to Ritzer, 2003, said, attitudes towards globalization depend. No? Your attitude will not gonna last long if the effect of this globalization is wala siya maayong benefits sa imuha. Siyempre, no? If that particular kanaang practices di ay is toxic siya sa imuhang life, mo continue ba ka? No? The globalization depend. So, and then, among other things, on whether one gains or loses from it. Okay, so either nara ginay duha ka consequences. Either we gains or we lose something from it. Okay, nakuha? No questions? Robert or Sal, no questions?
No,
Sandali.
sir.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead. Wala. Okay, let's continue. Okay. So, the metaphors of globalization. No? Mao na ni siya. Let's proceed to the metaphors of globalization. Okay. So, in order for us to better understand the concept of globalization, no, yun na siya nga, it's not easy to define globalization. Kaya mo to, itong gimension ganiha. And then that, in order for us to better understand the concept of globalization, we will utilize these metaphors, no? We will utilize these metaphors. Okay? Okay. So, metaphors, no? Unsa ning metaphors? Makes use of one term to help us better understand another term. So, like for example, the solid and liquid, no? In matter, no? Unsa man siyang solid? Okay? And liquid, unsa man na siya? Okay? Alright. So, in our case, the states of matter, solid and liquid will be used. Solid and liquid will be used metaphors of globalization. So in addition, other related concepts that are included in the definition, such as structures and flows, will be elaborated. Okay? Okay. 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 It's up. Okay, Murag. Okay, the efforts that preceded today's globalization paved the way for people. No? Sa ning accept. Si Chris J. Katamko, murag karon pa ni siya nakasud. No? Okay. Uh, the efforts that preceded today's globalization paved way for people, things, information, and places to harden over time. Right? Okay. So solidity. Unsa man ni solidity dahil from the word itself. Unsa may root word ni solidity? No solid. Word itself solid refers to barriers, no? Refers to barriers that prevent or make difficult the movement of things. It can either be natural or man-made. So man siya solidity or barriers, no? Hindrance, no? Nga man siya lisod makalihok or maka-move forward ang globalization, no? Or solidity. Okay. So yun siya nga solidity it can either be natural or man-made. So example, landforms and bodies of water. Unsa man na siya? Natural or man-made?
Natural.
Okay, very good. So these elements, no, landforms and bodies of waters, these are natural. This is not man-made, no? Kinsa may makahimo drag landforms, bundok, no? Mountain, wala. Okay, so pero kani ang number two, another example is Great Wall of China and Berlin Wall. Is it natural or man-made?
Man-made.
Man-made.
Very good. That is man-made. So makita na to na sa China, no, ang Great Wall. Okay. So mo ni siya solidity, mo ni siya mga barriers, no, that prevent or make difficult the movement of things. According to ganiha pagani sa earlier atong gi-discuss that globalization is the world of things. Mo ni siya solidity. These elements mo ni siya mga barriers that prevent or make difficult the movements of things. Okay? Next. Okay, we're done already with solidity. Nakuha, no questions about this solidity or solid in metaphors of globalization?
No, sir.
Questions? Nakuha? Nakuha?
Nakuha, sir.
Okay, very good. So, let's proceed to liquidity. No? From the word itself, liquidity. You can give an example of liquid. You can give an example of liquid. Okay? So, muna siya, no? Liquidity. Metaphors of globalization, it means, it refers to the increasing ease of movement of people, things, information, and places in the contemporary world. Okay, so what have you observed? What's the difference of solidity and liquidity? Based sa akong istorya dire. Unsa man tong solidity? Those are, unsa man? Uy, wa na
Mga
naningo.
Barriers.
Ha?
mga hindrance.
Unsa ang
Barriers. O hindrance.
Okay, ang solidity is na siya barriers, no? Okay.
Magbag.
Then how about sa liquidity?
Wala siya barrier, sir.
So it means no barriers or borderless. It means that the movement of people, things, information, places in the contemporary world is increasing or the movement is dali siya. Mura siya water nga, kusa lang siya nga ni flow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay. So next is according to Simon Bauman, no, according to his ideas, today's liquid phenomena change quickly under aspects. Spatial and temporal are in continuous fluctuation. This means that space and time are crucial elements. No, space and time are crucial elements of globalization. No? Okay, so usa po ni siya mo ni siya usa ni siya nga factors nga naka affect uh, or man siya ang elements nga nakaepekto sa globalization pod, no? Ang space and time unsa na ni siya nga era, no? Lain man pod kaayo kung wherein ka ng digital era na ni tapos ikaw mag gamit-gamit gyapon ka og katong mga pang traditional nga pamaagi sa pag-express sa kuan, no? Mga practices, right? Okay. Okay, so um so their movement is difficult to stop. Yung liquidity, no? Since it is mura siya water nga kusa lang nga ni flow. Mangita og way nga makalapos. Kabantay mo sa tubig, no? Makita to sa bukid. Bisag nanay barriers but still world or things or information, no? Are like water nga mangita siya way para lagin maka-proceed to another place. Nakuha? Okay. So the forces, no, the liquid ones made political boundaries more permeable to the flow of people and things. Okay? Nakuha ang two metaphors of globalization, which is solid and liquidity.
Yes, sir. Para, sir.
Okay, very good. So let's
Yes.
continue. According to Ritzer, the most important characteristics of liquid, it tends to melt whatever strands in its path, especially solids. No? Agree, dili?
Agree, sir.
Okay. Na mga man-made or seawall nga gibuhat, no? In order for us, like for example sa Indonesia, na sila gibuhat kay sa Jakarta is grabe naman ang pagtaas sa tubig or sa sea level, di ba? Okay, jupunas ka ng ang sitawag ano nila paghimo nila ka ng puso gani or tubig kay lisod ma supplies tubig nila didto no every household na sila mga puso. So nagkalawom ang tawag ana ground or ground level sumunod taas ang sea level, so ang gibuhat sa ilang government dito is ilang gitauran og seawall, but that seawall kay dako po siya budget, and sa kuan pod sa kanaang current pod sa water or sa dagat guba ra gyud pod sa gihapon, di ba? So kung sa pa na siya ka ah, gaali dira pero kuan sa tubig kuan ra gyud na siya mahilis ra gyud na siya maguba sa madugay. Okay? So liquidity and solidity are in constant interaction, no? They are in constant interaction. However, liquidity is the one increasing and proliferating today. Therefore, the metaphor that could best describe globalization is liquidity. Okay, nakuha. No? The best metaphor that could describe globalization is liquidity. No? Makita na to sa definition, the metaphor of two matter, no, solid and liquid. Kung sa solid is na siya barrier, so it means lisod ang pag-transmit or pag proceed sa mga ideas, things, information, no? Okay. Whereas in liquid, okay, so free ra jud siya nga mo flow. All of the information, things, discovery will freely flow in a contemporary world. Okay? Questions about the two metaphors of globalization? Wala?
Wala, sir.
Ako'y mangutana.
Sir.
Okay, sige. I have a question. Sa we're running out of time na. 4 minutes na lang. Ato na lang ning humanon. Mabati ra niyo akong tingog, dili ra putol-putol.
Agree, ra, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, so in liquidity, no, flows. Okay, so to define more about what is flows, no, these are the in metaphor gapon niya sa liquidity in globalization, ha. Flows are the movement of people, things, places, and information brought by growing porosity of global limitation. That was according to research 2015, ha. Okay. So foreign currencies patronized and consumed by Filipinos. Global financial crisis. As Landler put it, no, in global financial system, national borders are porous, which means that a financial crisis in given country can bring ramification to other regions of the world. Okay? So poor illegal migrants flooding many parts of the world, no? Mga migrants nga kumbaga illegal ang ilahang pag-adto sa laing lugar, no? Daghan kaayo nag-flood this in different parts of the world, no? Mana consider sa lang nga kuan. Next is the virtual flow of illegal info such as blogs and child pornography. No, daghan kayong vlog, daghan kayong mga fake news nga makita nato sa social media. Muna siya disadvantage pod sa technology, no? Bisan pa og na siya kana ang positive effects or advantages, but still naagyod gihapoy mga tao nga nipahimulos ipadayag ang ilahang mga ah, bad intention sa usa ka society. No, ilang dautan ng government. Okay. No, dauto nila ang usa ka nasod that that particular country kuno kay kuan mo na siya ina nga reason. So manang uban nga kanang mga migrants nato kita instead nga ganahan ta nga mo work abroad, mahadlok na ta. Kay nga naman nabitayon mo didto sa Saudi Arabia. May istorya, fake or illegal infos or fake information, no? Or vlogs. No, na mga vlogs nga the way sila mo talk is very interesting. Grabe, no? Mo kanang express sila ana nga thoughts very convincing. Even child pornography, dagan daw, nato sila mga katong mga istorya-istorya ganino, mga fake infos that in Palawan daw na igipang lapos nga mga bata, no, ipangbaligya dito sa laing kuan na asod for child pornography. No, and that is illegal information nga gipakatap sa social media, labi na sa Facebook, no, YouTube. No, daghan kaayo mga fake infos dito. No na nga, ikaw, since you are a vigilant naman, you can determine if this information is true or false. We have internet, we have Google. We can further research about the infos nga yang gihatag, right? Okay. So since we're running out of time na, so thank you so much sa inyong time. So see you next time, no? Daghan kayong time. Okay. Okay, so maybe I will post in activities at Google Classroom. Be updated lang ha. Okay, so that was all for today. Thank you so much sa inyong time. Bye-bye and God bless.
Bye sir, thank you sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay.